Well, good morning, Gas Buddies again. Welcome back to part 2 of this stay-at-home series where we talk about gas prices here from my home office. Hopefully you're all staying safe and healthy and hunkering down at home. Another gas price update for you here. It's Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern. So a lot has changed over the weekend since we last talked on Friday. It's been a pretty astounding weekend, so let me get right to it here. I've got my notes again. First of all, I wanted to loop back. I did see some comments on those, some comments last week that there was some confusion that this wasn't caused because of coronavirus, that this was caused because the Saudis and Russians increased production. So good point there. This did start, a lot of it, I should say, got worse when Saudi Arabia and Russia did not agree to cut production at an emergency meeting back on March 5th. Instead, they increased production, but keep in mind that meeting wouldn't have happened if OPEC didn't have that emergency meeting. So that emergency meeting happened because coronavirus reduced demand in China. So here we are, oil production war, oil prices, their lowest level since 2002. The national average this morning right now, thanks to live GasBuddy data, is $2.06 a gallon. Wow, haven't seen that low since 2016. We are in the next 72 hours or so going to see that average nationally drop under $2 a gallon. It's coming. Be ready for it. I'm sure the news media will probably tell you that as well. But we're going to go down another 35 to 75 cents a gallon. We're not done. You haven't really seen a whole lot yet. Friends in California with your beautiful palm trees and sunshine out, you're probably going to see the most relief. You're going to go down probably closer to $1 a gallon. I know you're always saying we're ripped off here in California. It's over $3 a gallon. So some good news for you Californians, those in San Diego, LA, San Francisco, hold off. Prices are going to plunge here, and they could even get to $1.99 in California. I know that's mind-blowing, right? It doesn't happen very often. It's been several years. Other places like Oklahoma that are already priced pretty low, well, they may fall another 35 to 50 cents. So higher prices right now means you're going to see a bigger drop, whereas if you have lower prices, you're going to see a smaller drop. But everyone is still going to see prices drop over the next couple of weeks. So don't be in any rush to fill. There is no shortage on gasoline. Some of us have seen social media pictures of people filling tubs being ridiculous. The opposite is true, actually. GasBuddy data showed that gasoline demand just yesterday was 23% lower than a year ago. So need not be in any rush to fill up. There's plenty of gasoline in the market. In fact, just a few moments ago, I had a tweet. You can tweet me at GasBuddyGuy. You can tweet us at GasBuddy. A tweet from Paris, Tennessee. Tennessee just became the second state in the last week to drop a station under $1 a gallon. That's right, Paris, Tennessee, if you're living there, 99 cents a gallon today. But it may not stop there. We could see gas showing up for 99 cents a gallon throughout the Great Lakes because the Great Lakes is landlocked, so it's hard to get gasoline out of the region. Refineries tend to discount it instead. So Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Wisconsin, even here in Illinois where I'm based, we could see a few stations briefly going under $1 a gallon in that, we'll call it the next 7 to 14 days or so. So there's a lot going on. And by the way, I see those questions coming through. Keep up with your questions. At the end of this segment, we'll do a brief Q&A. So if you have some questions, our moderators are watching those questions and we'll get to them. But like I said, the Great Lakes, you could see 99 cents a gallon start to show up. You could also see that in areas like Texas, Oklahoma. Plenty of areas will show up under 99 cents here in the next couple of weeks. I was looking over GasBuddy data this morning. 50 different metro areas have seen gas prices fall by over 50 cents in the last month alone. So this is certainly something that we have not seen in the last decade, which is why we're doing this Facebook Live video. You guys have lots of questions. Prices are plunging. But unfortunately, like you, I'm sitting looking out my window here behind me, watching the station go down. I'm not driving right now. Still nice to see and know that prices are coming down. Oil, last Wednesday, hit its lowest level since 2002. That's right. It went lower than the Great Recession. It went lower than we did in 2016. So there's a lot going on there. Wholesale gasoline, that's what stations pay. Yesterday, some stations were basically paying less for gasoline than they would for a banana. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what it's come to here in this country. Prices have plummeted across every corner of the country. So having said that, again, if you have any questions that you'd like to see us answered, please throw them out there on our Facebook Live. We will get to them here shortly. But overall, reiterating, the best is yet to come. Gas prices are still going to be going down across every state. Of course, fire up your GasBuddy app if you need groceries. Do so safely, but if you need to fill your tank, take some precautions. Those gas pump handles are not the cleanest place in the universe, so you'll want to make sure that if you do need to touch those surfaces, stay safe, fill your tank, shop around, use the GasBuddy app, right? We're all gas buddies, so we know about the app. But in the days ahead, it will get better. So having said that, if you have some questions and answered, we'll go ahead after and answer that. But for the rest of you, no questions and answers, stay tuned. We'll probably be doing more videos in the days ahead, but otherwise stay safe and stay healthy. Now, for some of those questions that we're getting to, I know you're watching. Spencer, real quick. Yeah, gas prices have only dropped 15 cents a gallon in St. Louis. They're still going to be going down. The average price in almost every state is down 10 to 15 cents a gallon in the last week, so things are looking very good. When it comes to average prices, almost everyone is down 30 to 50 cents a gallon in the last month. Mike Shannon, great question. Once this is done, how fast will prices rise? It's really going to depend on how quickly the infection rates come back down. If demand suddenly goes up overnight, if everyone, say, gets back to work overnight, you could start to see prices going up, we'll say maybe 5 to 10 cents a gallon every week, maybe 20 or 30, but really, I think at this point, a dartboard is probably your best answer. We don't know because we don't know how fast those infection rates will come down, but the faster that life returns to normal, the faster that gas prices will start to go up. But I will say that after all of this, I still don't think gas prices are going to go back up to where they were before this. So there will not likely be a full recovery in gas prices. We could be talking about summer gas prices that are closer to the $2 a gallon range. So still some good news is that these prices could last, or I should say the lower prices could last into the summer, just depending on how bad this situation gets. So kind of looking over some other questions here. A couple others asking how fast prices will go up, where they will go up the most. It really depends on how fast this resolves itself. That's really the one question I'm asked the most is what will happen. Will prices go up to $3 once this is done? No, they likely won't. We're talking about an unprecedented drop in gasoline demand, and it's going to take a while for markets to fully recover from this. But before that even happens, we have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks that gas prices will continue falling. Joe, a good question. What about 6 months from now? I think that the longer this goes on where we're staying home, the longer and more damage we'll see for summer gas prices. If we're still on lockdown into April, we may be talking about summer gas prices that don't break $2 a gallon nationally. That would mean some areas of the mid ones for this summer. That would mean California, maybe the mid twos for this summer. So thanks for your support, Keith, in Oklahoma. Yes, Mike, they have switched to the summer blend. That's something that's rolled out. This could be the first year that we really see no price increase because of the switch amidst the big onslaught to oil markets in recent weeks. The change has been made in most areas. You're probably not filling up with it just yet, but it will start to make its way towards the pump here in the next few weeks, Mike. Joe, good question. Is it dependent on the Saudis and Russians flood the market with oil? Well, if they do change that policy, there is some talk that perhaps the U.S. Will intercede, and the Texas Railroad Commission, for those of you familiar with that, it's an organization in Texas that has pretty broad powers. They may end up limiting how much oil Texas produces in some sort of agreement with Russia and Saudi Arabia. So if there is an agreement to cut oil production between, say, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and the U.S., we probably will see oil prices go back up. But keep in mind, every day that doesn't happen, like right now today, oil producers are producing vastly more than the market needs, and that's going to create a hangover in inventories that may take weeks or months to reduce. So with that, I think all the questions are over. Appreciate you joining us here on Facebook Live. Gas prices plummeting, the bottom line, enjoy it, stay safe and stay healthy, and all those gas buddies again. Thanks for joining us, guys. Take care.